guys, welcome to this week's second part of the Coffee and Hero Show, taking you through the single issues new onto the racks this new comic book day. So we'll kick things off as we always do with the variant covers. This week sees the release of Distillery Somna issue 3, and we've got a couple of variants in as well. As well as for issue 3, we also finally received our polybagged adult variant for issue 2, so that's in this week. We also have the Retailer Incentive 1-10 variant cover by Emma Rios. That's for issue 3, which is out this week. And we also have the cover B, which is done by Tula Lote. Moving on to the more traditional fare, we have new printings in this week for Batman 142, 143, and 144. So that is the Joker Year 1 storyline. So they've done these purple and green tinted variants for it with the original Giuseppe Camuncoli covers. So you have issue 142. Second printing variant cover, you have issue 143. As you can see, they're very much following a theme of the purple and the green. And then we also have issue 144 as well. So if you missed out on the Joker Year 1 storyline, first of all, get caught up because it's awesome. Second of all, that is a nice set of second printing variants. Next up from Dark Horse Comics is Quick Stops. Now we got these in because this is actually a local artist who is doing the variant cover for this, which is Mark Rehill. He did a series called Off Girl, which we have in stock in the store as well. Very talented, very well known designer, graphic designer and artist, but making it onto a Kevin Smith comic, that's no small feat, so we made sure to order some of those in. Speaking of new printing covers, we have second printing variant cover for Duke issue 2 by Jason Howard. We have the third printing variant cover by Jorge Fornes for Duke issue 1 as well. Moving on to the new stuff, so kicking things off, this week sees the release of Spider-Man number 3, so we have the 1-25 variant covers there from Greg Land. Next up is the Mike Del Mundo variant cover, showing Peter Parker doing his laundry, which is quite nice. We have the Elizabeth Torque variant cover. You know, these are very much following a theme through the Ultimate Spider-Man stuff, and have been really, really popular so far. We also have, moving on to Rise of the Powers of 10, issue 3. This is the Nicoletta Balderi variant, focusing on Polaris. There's a issue this week of Jackpot and Black Cat. We also have the foil variant covers in as well. And that brings us to an end of the variant covers. So moving on to the traditional releases this week. So kicking things off with Alan Scott Green Lantern, we're as far as issue 5 from Tim Sheridan and Cian Tormey doing the Golden Age Green Lantern. A new Batman title this week, which is Batman Dark Age. So this is by Mark Russell and the All Reds on art. If you think of Superman Space Age, this is almost the Batman companion tale to that. Back in stock because it sold out like that, and why wouldn't it? It's an 80-page comic for $5, which is Batman Villain Dog. Brilliant first issue. Paranormal investigator and Batman teaming up to solve a case. That's going to be 3 issues in total. We have new Detective Comics this week, so we're as far as Detective 1083, continuing with the Ram V. Riccardo Federici story arc. We have a new issue of The Flash this week, we're as far as issue 7 on Cy Spurrier's Flash title. Moving on from there, we have new Green Arrow this week, we're as far as issue 10, Joshua Williamson, Sean Isaac's brilliant Green Arrow title. Harley Quinn sees a new release this week as well, number 38. Tini Howard, continuing on that with Natasha Bustos on art. Already read this, and yes, as you guessed it, it is awesome. Tom King, Rafael de la Torre, The Penguin, we're as far now as issue 8, and yes, it's every bit as great as everything that came before it. A new one this week is Primer. So this is a 4-issue miniseries, the best-selling story in an all-new format. So I think this was a webcomic. This is part 1 of 4, focusing on them. Moving on to Marvel, we have Amazing Spider-Man this week, so the usual John Romita Jr. cover there. Zeb Wells continuing with Amazing Spider-Man as far as issue 46. We have Cable, issue 3, part of the Fall of the House of X imprint, of course. We have Daredevil number 7, again, lovely John Romita Jr. cover there. This is very much the Wolverine versus Daredevil issue. I have read it. Saladin Ahmed and Cooter on art. We have new Edge of Spider-Verse this week, so continuing on with the anthology format from different Spider-Men from different universes. Moving on from there, we have Jonathan Hickman's Gods reaching issue 6 this week, with Valerio Schiti continuing on the art. We have Incredible Hulk this week, which is issue 10. An Irish artist on this one, Danny Earls, Phil Kennedy Johnson continuing to write. I've mentioned Jackpot and Black Cat #1 with the foil variants. We also have the traditional cover A's as well. Moving on, we got back in stock this week the Secret Wars facsimile #1. Great to get these back in stock. Big sellers, one of the most important Marvel stories of all time, so why wouldn't they be? Miles Morales Spider-Man is at issue 18, or if you like, Legacy number 300. So oversized issues celebrating Miles Morales. We have Rise of the Powers of 10, #3. I'd mentioned it, of course, with the variant cover. Here we are, traditional cover A. Cody Ziegler continues with a Spider-Punk. Issue 2 here of Spider-Punk Arms Race. So issue 1 of that proved popular in store. We do have the Spider-Punk storage boxes as well, of course. Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi, now as far as issue 6. Jody Hauser and Salvador LaRocca. Another one I've read, which is really good fun, Superior Spider-Man. We're as far as issue 5 here with Dan Slott and Mark Bagley continuing on that. We have Thunderbolts #4, which is the last issue of the mini-series. Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing. Of course, the big release this week is definitely Ultimate Spider-Man #3, and yes, I've already read, and yes, it's also awesome. Just loving this so far. Jonathan Hickman, Marco Cicchetto on art. And let's see, obviously we ordered quite a lot of copies of that in. Let me flick through. And then we have a couple of Marvel to finish. We have Wolverine #46, continuing on the Sabretooth board, now at part 6. I'm sure there are plenty out there who've been reading or watching X-Men '97. Well, here's the new comic for you as well. So X-Men '97, brand new #1, Steve Fox writing. We got in some more of the X-Men Forever #1 with, quite frankly, one of the best X-Men covers I've seen in years. Mark Brooks and, of course, the Phoenix there in blood. Moving on to indie stuff, we have Bloodshot Unleashed Reloaded. So continuing on with the Valiant series Bloodshot Unleashed. We have new Conan this week. So Conan the Barbarian, of course, Jim Zub, Rafael de la Torre on art. Just brilliant storytelling. Back in stock, because we were shorted of our copies last week, is Dawnrunner. So this is a new title from Ram V with Evan Cagle on art. Evan Cagle is an up-and-coming artist, been doing the art on Ram's Detective Comics covers, but doing full sequential art here. We have Feral, which is from the creators of Stray Dogs, so Tony Fleeks and Trish Forstner. So a new feline-based one there. We have Mad Peel versus the Garbage Peel Kids, Trashing Through Time. Comes, of course, with a playing card, or a card, of course, why wouldn't it? A collectible card. We have Ghostbusters Back in Town. So new Ghostbusters title kicks off, brand new #1, David Embor on writing duties, of course, creator of Canto. We have a new Goon series, Them That Don't Stay Dead, part 1 of 4 by Eric Powell. Always great to see him on the Goon again. We have Six Fingers #2, so that's the second part of Six Fingers. 4th part in total, because you've got One Hand 1, Six Fingers 1. One Hand 2, Six Fingers 2. All part of one big massive narrative. We have Street Fighter Masters Akuma versus Ryu. #1, I believe that is a one-shot. And we finish off with something from American Mythology Productions. Just thought it sounded really cool, so got them in. Two Gun Terror, which is going to be a mini-series as well. So yeah, tons in this week, as you can see. We've obviously been, getting all the graphics sorted as well. Tons of new stuff in the store there. There's new stuff going in the back issue bays. We're really working hard at the moment to just fill those back issue bays, as much choice as possible. Working on Valiant at the moment. I've recently got a new Silver Surfer run in. I've recently got a new Captain America run in. So yeah, tons of stuff going in the store over the next few weeks, guys. So plenty of choice as always. Keep in mind, Free Comic Book Day is coming up soon as well. On Star Wars Day, no less, May the 4th. So definitely keep an eye on the socials, and we'll be announcing more and more what we'll be doing that day as well. But as ever, hope this proved useful. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're keeping well out there. I'll look forward to seeing you in store soon. Take it easy.